what's good? It's your boy Hard8, the truth of YouTube, your favorite commentator's favorite commentator. Yeah! What's up, people? What's happening? You already know the deal. If you missed my last video, the link is down below. Facebook groups, gamer tags, all that good shit is down below. So make sure you go and check it out. Now, gamers, console gamers, I need to ask y'all a question. Can I do that? Can I ask y'all a question? Okay, cool. Well, if you didn't want me to, I'm gonna ask you any goddamn way. What would you rather your games be? 720p at 60 frames per second or 1080p at 30 frames per second? Let me know down in the comment section right now. Yes, you can go ahead and answer that question while I move on. Now, when are these next generation consoles going to achieve locked frame rates? When? When can we expect locked frame rates? Because these consoles have been out for over a year now and they are still struggling with frame rate. Struggling with 30 frames per second. Let alone 60. Struggling with 30 frames per second. Now, and I was looking at Digital Foundry. I'm watching the analysis for Evolve. And both consoles were struggling with 30 frames per second. Now, Xbox One did have better frame rates, right? And there's a reason for that. Xbox One is running at 900p, and the PS4 is running at 1080p. The lowest, the PS4 drop was about 21 frames. The lowest that the Xbox One drop was 25. Yeah, shit with sprinkles. Yes, that fits this area right here. Evolve is a game with 4 people and a fucking monster. Why is a next generation console struggling to hold 30 frames per second? And you can save it when you start bringing up, it's a beta, it's a beta. Well, talk about all of the games that are on the market right now that you can go buy that are struggling with frame rates. Who is to blame in this situation, people? Is it the developers or is it the console hardware? Who's to blame? Because I don't understand this shit. I really don't understand how some of these games can struggle with frame rates. Even Resident Evil remake, HD remake for the PS4 and I believe the Xbox One. I know I saw the PS4 struggling with 30 frames per second. Now a lot of people were saying, yep, that's the developers. Because the game is so old. The game is so old, so a lot of people would say that's the developers. But the same thing happened with Halo 2 on the Xbox One. Another game that is very old, but was struggling with frame rates on the Xbox One. You know, and of course, people had their excuses on why this was and why that was and things like that. But at the same time, these games are very old and they are struggling to achieve 30 frames per second on the next generation console. These consoles have been out for over a year and we still are having these issues. Now the issue really at hand is not 30 frames per second. That's not the issue. You can enjoy games at 30 frames per second. But that is when it's a locked 30 frames per second. Okay, I'd rather have 60, right? Of course, I would rather have 60. But if I have to deal with 30 frames per second, I would rather it be locked. Not something that's dropping down in the 20s and then dropping down to the high teens. No! That is a fucking problem. That's when it becomes a goddamn slideshow. That's when you get a whole lot of slowdown and shit like that. That's not what we want. That's not cool. That's not cool. I just want 30. I just want 30 locked. When are we going to get a AAA game that was built from the ground up for next generation that has a stable frame rate, that has a locked frame rate? When is this going to happen? And who is to blame? I mean, you got these fucking frame rates going up and down, up and down. I mean, the fucking frame rates is dropping it more than these bitches that be twerking. I mean, goddamn. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. wobbity, 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 drop it. Like, goddamn. Sony and Xbox need to come out with a goddamn Instagram page or a Vine page and just put up the twerk frame rates. I mean, goddamn, they probably go far. You know, twerking is a hot thing right now. And the way these frame rates is twerking, oh, they'll get millions of goddamn viewers and followers. I mean, damn. Fuck, these frame rates is dropping it better than these bitches. This shit is crazy. Now, when is shit gonna change, people? And how long are you gonna sit back and accept these terrible frame rate issues on these next generation consoles? You know, I mean, you want to talk about games not running at 60? Okay, that's a whole, that's you can talk about games not running at 60. But talk about these games that are at 30 and not even able to hold the 30. You know, we look at the news and these developers come out and say, hey, you know, Uncharted 4, you know, it's probably going to be 30 if we can't get 60 without ruining the experience for the gamer, then it's going to be 30. Okay, now is that going to be a lock 30? Can we look forward to a lock 30, or is it going to be, you know, somewhere in the 20s, and every now and then it'll touch the 30 number, but it runs somewhere in the 20s. Is that what we're going to get from Uncharted 4? Or any other game moving forward that's going to be 30 frames per second? Isn't Dying Light going to be 30 on consoles? I'm not really sure about that. I'll have it on PC, but yeah. I would like to enjoy my exclusives on consoles at a locked frame rate. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. You know, what resolution do these consoles have to run at to achieve a lock 30 or a lock 60? What resolution do they have to run at? You know, and Xbox One is handling frame rates a little bit better, but that's because it's running at a lower frame rate. I mean, excuse me, a lower resolution. I don't understand why why these developers don't drop the resolution on the PS4 to achieve a locked frame rate. I guess it's in the contract. I guess Sony like, yeah, listen here, we don't care how you do it, but we want all of our games to be 1080p, and we don't care what you have to compromise to achieve that. If it's the frame rates, let it be. If it's texture quality, shadows, graphics, let it be, but it better run at a native 1080p. Is that in the contract, Sony? I mean, goddamn, is it? It's crazy, man. But let me know what y'all think down in the comments section about this. Would you rather have 720p at 60, or would you just rather have 1080p at 30? And I mean 30 as being 30, locked. Not 25, 21, 16, no, a locked frame rate. That's all I ask. Lock the frame rate and leave it there. Throw away the motherfucking key. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Answer the question down below. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. This your boy Hard8. I'm out. Deuces.
Hey! Hey! New shoes on the Range Rover, good with mine. Yeah, motherfuckers act like I